organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
On tonight's episode of Daily Iowan TV.
Iowa City Police are getting new gadgets that could be stirring up some controversy.
And after a few cold days, we've got great weekend weather to look forward to.
And in sports, we catch up with defensive lineman Carl Davis.
We have all this for you on tonight's episode of Daily Iowan TV.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Michelle Nago.
And I'm Nick Fisher. We have some late breaking news for tonight. Kelly Bender, who worked as the UI Campus Community Harm Reduction Initiatives Coordinator, has died Thursday morning at the age of 43. No other details are being released about her death. She led local efforts to curb binge drinking in Iowa City.
2 women leadership organizations in Cedar Rapids are creating an event for women's business dreams to come true. Invest in She is an event that showcases 6 women entrepreneurs, 8 power investors, and $40,000 up for grabs to invest in, quote, She. Abby Meyer takes us over to Cedar Rapids with the story.
IWLC, a 501c3 women's leadership organization, is creating some buzz about women entrepreneurship in the state of Iowa.
We have 6 women business owners from around the state of Iowa who are going to be pitching their businesses to 8 investors.
IWLC will be partnering with an organization called Ascent, who work with women-owned businesses to help them grow.
From Ascent standpoint, we really want to encourage women to consider entrepreneurship, college women, women who have had 30 plus years in their career and would like to maybe do something different.
A few years ago, IWLC brought out the She Matters report that shows Iowa was last in the nation for the economic impact of women-owned businesses. The report showed the average income for Iowa women was at $34,000 and men with a similar position at $43,000 per year.
So Invest in She is a great example of something that we believe to be critically important in order to change those statistics.
One entrepreneur that will be at the event tonight created a web-based event planning application that offers step-by-step planning to organize a successful event. The event will showcase entrepreneurs ranging from a software company that provides a way for breeders to manage their animals, another company called Sweet Raw Joy using nutrient-rich raw desserts, and you will see many more tonight. Reporting from Cedar Rapids, this is Abby Meyer with Daily Iowan TV.
The event is tonight at the Paramount Theater in Cedar Rapids from 6 to 9 p.m. At the end of the event, the women have the opportunity to go home with a maximum of $5,000 to enhance their business in Iowa's creative corridor.
And we have an update on the University of Virginia student who is missing. Police have just now released video from the night Hannah Graham was allegedly abducted. In this footage obtained from YouTube, Graham is seen walking across the top of the screen while a man follows. Authorities said that the man was following Graham because she looked distressed. This man is no longer a suspect. 18-year-old Hannah Graham has been reported missing since last Sunday.
On Tuesday, the Iowa City Council voted 7-0, allowing Iowa City Police to purchase body cameras. We dug deeper to see how and when these cameras will begin to impact Iowa City.
In about 3 months' time, every member of the Iowa City Police Force will be equipped with body cameras.
Basically, it's manual operated. Some officers will hang in the front of their uniform. Most of them will hang it right about this area right here. And essentially, as soon as this little switch is flipped, it activates and turns right on from there.
City Councilor Susan Mims said she believes it is a move forward for the city, citizens, and the police department.
This is a way to have actual evidence to use, which I think can be used, one, to protect the citizens if officers are not behaving appropriately, and on the flip side can also protect the officers if people are making allegations that are not founded.
But while these new devices are promising, Mims said there is still a policy that needs to be put in place for when to turn the cameras on.
You have that balance between making sure the cameras are on when they need to be on, but then if you go into a private residence, is there an invasion of privacy issue at all? Out in the public, that's not a case.
But Sergeant Gardy says police already have cameras that operate in their cars. The true policy questions will lie in situations on foot. Consequences for not turning the camera on will be decided in the future. Greta Miley, Daily Iowan TV.
The cost of those cameras hit around $200,000, which Mim said she believes is mainly from drug fines.
Well, Michelle, I don't know about you, but these colder temperatures these past few days have me feeling a little under the weather.
Yeah, but at least it's been a lot nicer. Let's throw it over to Anna Theodosis to see if she has any good news for us for this weekend.
For those of you that love it when the sun is shining and you only need a light jacket to get around, I have some good news for you to kickstart your weekend. Unlike this week where we saw a sudden drop in temperature this week, and next will be very consistent with what we usually see around this time of year. To start off your Friday morning, we'll see temperatures hovering right around 53 degrees with clear and sunny skies. As we move into the afternoon, the clouds will continue to stay away as some more heat starts to move in with temperatures rising to the low 70s. Friday night, you'll continue to feel the warmth with a high of about 72 degrees and clear skies that night. Let's take a look at the rest of the week. Saturday, we'll see temperatures around 84 degrees. There is a chance for thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. But we'll see a cool down on Sunday, but only to the mid-70s while the rain rolls out and the sun comes back to center stage. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will all be consistent with temperatures in the mid to low 70s and the sun shining. That's all I have for you right now. Back to you.
Iowa football will be back in action this Saturday.
That's right, Michelle, but unfortunately it'll be 600 miles away. Our Daily Iowan TV sports staff is in the studio with everything you need to know about this weekend's matchup.
That's right, guys. I will be at Pittsburgh this Saturday for their first road game of the season. Hello and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Pregame Show. I'm Chelsea Brown.
And I'm Jalen Sochek. On this evening on the program, we take a look inside the numbers with the matchup of Iowa versus Pitt, and we'll hear from defensive lineman Carl Davis.
But first on the program, we take a look at a spot on the offense that has stayed relatively quiet.
That's right, Chelsea. Iowa fans have yet to see a lot of action deep down in the field offensively, and it's not that the team isn't capable. They have several weapons in veteran receiver Cavante Martin-Manley and newcomer Derek Willies. But I took a look at another one of those receivers that the Iowa offense has yet to take full advantage of. As the offense struggles to find their rhythm, one Hawkeye is anxious to make a bigger name for himself. Senior wide receiver Damon Powell.
Just, whenever my number's called, I have to make a play. And whenever I touch the ball, I feel like I just want to score.
Powell's coming off the 2013 season of 13 receptions that averaged over 24 yards a catch with 2 touchdowns. So far in the 2014 season, he's only caught the ball 3 times for a total of 42 yards, while grabbing his first and only touchdown against UNI on August 30th.
DP, as you remember, just got here last. He's been here for a year, basically. He missed the entire preseason with a hernia surgery. So, he's working his way back in. And, we love the guy. He's a really talented player, a high-energy guy. But, we'll work him in.
Powell was a late junior college transfer from Snow College back in the 2013 season, only arriving on campus just 3 days before camp started.
I got here last year, and basically I'm a sophomore, but I'm a senior. And, I'm comfortable, but at the same time, I just got here.
And the senior is confident that when the ball starts coming his way, it'll pay off.
I feel like my speed can help this offense, and it has in the past, and it will continue when we continue the season.
Explosively, Iowa just isn't there. They rank 123rd of 127 teams in the nation in 20-plus yard plays at only 5. And hopefully Iowa will be able to capitalize on some of that this weekend.
And speaking of this weekend, Jalen, Iowa faces Pittsburgh for the 5th time in school history, and I took a look at how these two teams match up. Saturday marks the final non-conference game for the Hawkeyes, and it couldn't come down to a more strength versus strength matchup. Pittsburgh, currently undefeated with a record of 3-0, will take on the 2-1 Hawkeyes at Heinz Field. Pittsburgh currently averages around 344 rushing yards per game, and their sophomore running back, James Conner, counts for a number of these yards. Conner currently has 81 carries for 544 yards, earning him a total of 8 touchdowns.
Pitt has not had to throw the ball. They're not throwing for much right now. There's a reason they haven't had to, but they can throw the ball. But one thing for sure, they've demonstrated they can run it, and they've run it against just about everybody.
But Iowa's defense brings the heat right back to the Panthers, averaging only 65.7 rushing yards a game, ranking 6th in the FBS, and not allowing a rushing touchdown all season. They also have kept the rush game under control these last 3 games, not allowing a single 100-yard rusher. Now, due to a targeting call, Anthony Garrett will make his first start at Pittsburgh, filling in for free safety Jordan Lomax. Iowa's defense holding their ground, but the Hawkeyes still can't find the consistency behind the offense.
Sometimes we have 10 guys doing the right things, or 9, 8 guys doing the right things, and it takes 11 guys, to get the job done.
History dates these two teams back to having tight wins over one another. Since 2008, Iowa and Pittsburgh have played twice, each team walking away with a home field victory. In 2008, it was the Panthers that held on to the 21-20 victory at Heinz Field. But in 2011, Iowa overcame a 24-3 third-quarter shortage and responded with 3 more touchdowns to take the win out of Pitt's hands and end with a 31-27 victory. Iowa has never won a game at Pitt in school history, but given the former accounts between these two teams, it'll all come down to the final seconds.
It'll be a good challenge for us. We'll get a good measuring stick to see if we can stop the best runners.
And the middleman of this defensive strength battle is defensive lineman Carl Davis. I got a chance to catch up with him earlier this week. Take a look. Thanks, guys, and I'm here with defensive lineman Carl Davis. Now, Carl, talking about Pitt this weekend, they average over 300 rushing yards a game, but Iowa hasn't allowed a rushing touchdown this season. Kind of a strength versus strength battle. How do you guys prepare for that this weekend?
Just playing physical up front, just getting the game plan in, and just playing Iowa defense, which is physical and everybody game tackling and get to the ball.
And you saw action our last meeting in 2011 against the incredible win, the record, Iowa record, largest comeback ever. What was that feeling like leaving the field from that game?
That was a great feeling. One of my roommates, he had a good game, Cavante, that brought us back, and that was an incredible feeling.
And on the road for the first time, over 600 miles, but a little less than where home is for you. And how are you preparing for that long trip?
I'm just planning on sleeping on the plane, maybe reading a book. We done had trips before, probably a little bit longer than that, so I'm sure it won't be a problem.
All right, well, thanks, Carl, and back to you guys. Although Saturday will be only the 6th time Iowa and Pitt have met, Ferentz history with the Panthers goes past that.
For our Throwback Thursday, we bring you Kirk's long history with Pitt.
In 1980, Ferentz spent his time as a graduate assistant for the University of Pittsburgh. Under head coach Jackie Sherrill, Pittsburgh went on to finish the season with 11-1 and ranked 2nd nationally.
After that year, Ferentz noticed that then head coach Hayden Fry was looking for an offensive line coach. Ferentz decided to take the chance and get an interview.
Yeah, my only intent was just to interview, so I knew how to interview. So when I had to go look for a job the next year, I'd have some clue what I was doing. That was the only reason I wanted to come out here.
Kirk said out of the blue he was hired, and the rest was history.
I just came out here and, had no idea how good a place this was and what kind of people were here. So that's how it all happened. But it wasn't like it was some master plan or my goal is to stay at Pitt for another year. I was having the time of my life working with Joe Moore.
Ferentz went on to coach under Fry until 1989 when he accepted his first head coaching job at Maine. He jumped around jobs until he returned to Iowa to take Fry's place in 1999.
Now, kind of a neat story, Jalen, and definitely a blast for the past for Kirk Ferentz. But that'll do it for us here in the sports studio tonight. Be sure to tune in every Thursday night for our weekly football pregame show.
And don't forget to pick up a print copy of pregame in tomorrow's edition of the Daily Iowan.
And you can get all your updates during Saturday's game on our blog at dailyiowansports.com, as we'll be bringing you live updates, this time from Heinz Field.
Michelle and Nick, back to you at the desk.
History might be made in Scotland tonight. Voters flocked to the polls today to vote for or against independence from the United Kingdom. Experts say citizens have been deadlocked right up to the voting. If the yes votes win, this will be the most dramatic constitutional change in Britain since 1707.
That'll do it for tonight's show. You can catch up with us again at the same time Sunday, or look us up anytime on dailyiowan.com.
For Iowa City and all of Hawkeye Nation, thanks for watching and have a great night.
Can't pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan? You can download the Daily Iowan mobile app on your iPhone for the area's best news coverage. You can always find current and past Daily Iowan stories at dailyiowan.com. The Daily Iowan is now on TV, online, and in your pocket. If it happens, it's news to us.